BYU Sports Nation live from Studio B alongside Blaine Fowler. I am Spencer Linton, and we are super excited to have a two-time record breaker just in the last weekend from BYU Women's Track and Field with us, Lauren Ellsworth-Barnes. I hope you get the week off after breaking two records.
Not quite. Still have things to do. So.
Okay, fine. We just learned something about the 4x800 race, okay, which is one of the races that you broke the record in, right?
Yes.
You, in the exchange of the baton, were tripped up by your teammate, stepped on, had to get stitches. Oh, by the way, you still went on to break the record even though you fell down during the exchange. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah. So during the exchange, my sister was coming in to hand me the baton, and she was the one that stepped on me, and she was the reason why.
It had to be your sister.
Yeah. She was like, actually, I'm grateful that it was me and not anyone else that did it, because you'd be really angry.
You're not angry with your sister?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. It happens.
It happens.
So how do you keep your composure? I mean, take us through that. How do you keep your composure, and did that put you a little bit behind?
So it did kind of put us a little bit behind. Honestly, I got it pretty quick. I was like 2.5 seconds that I lost from falling. So I got it pretty quick, and then I didn't keep my composure. I just said, I was running, and I was like, you are going way too fast right now. And then I was like, you know what? Go out and die. And because I didn't really want to be with the group anyway. So because the reason why I fell was because we came in with a pretty big group. So I didn't want to be with the group. So I was like, I'll just be ahead of the group. And
so you were well ahead of the group, and you wanted to maintain that lead.
Well ahead is relative, but
Sure. Okay, you're running in the front.
Yeah.
And there's something when you're running and you're running 800. Mm-hmm. So there's a pace that you have in your head, and that people are helping you be aware of as you're watching, as you're going. So you got way ahead of that pace. Is what you're telling us.
I got a little excited after I fell, yeah.
And should you calm yourself back down and take note and calculate in your head and go back to where you should have been?
No, if someone started like coming up next to me, I was like, I need to find something else than me and do it for my team. So it was like, I didn't really like change. You naturally will slow down.
What is it like to run a race and set a school record with your sister after having dealt with some significant adversity like that in the middle of the race?
It's really special. Running with my sister, we do the same event, and so I always run against her, and I consider that also with, but it's fun when the success is both of us together. So.
And track is a team sport, but it's a bunch of individual contributors inside of a team sport for the most part, except for the relays. So the relays and you guys went back and participated in the Penn Relays.
Yes.
Which is all about relays.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that experience. I ran in the Penn Relays as a high schooler more than 30 years ago. I grew up in New York, and Penn Relays was it. It's the oldest track meet in the United States. Pretty prestigious. What was that like back there?
Oh, it was amazing. The history, the crowd, everything. Like people, so I started my mission in Iowa. People in Iowa were like, I watched the Penn Relays because that's like where Iowa, it's going to be there, and just different things like that. And just all on the East, like it's just like, we're like, oh, we're here for the Penn Relays. And we're like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. We talked to a guy at the park, and he was like, oh, I go and I clean up the stands every single year at the Penn Relays. And it just, every single person we talked to is like, this is the place. And I was like, this is kind of fun.
Okay, so you've got your historic backdrop.
Yeah.
And then you make history for BYU.
Yeah.
The story gets better and better with Lauren Ellsworth-Barnes of BYU Women's Track and Field on BYU Sports Nation. Let's talk about the other record-setting performance, the medley relay. What's your role in the medley relay? And for those that don't know much about it, walk people through what happens in that relay.
Okay, so the distance medley relay consists of 4 different distances. There we go. The 1,200 meter,
which is 3 laps.
And then the 400, the 800, which is 2, and then the 16, which is 4. So for this one, I was the 1,200 meter leg.
Okay.
So I was the leadoff leg.
You ran 3/4 of the mile.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't have to worry about anybody stepping on you.
Yep. Didn't have to have anyone stepping on me. We actually did that one on Friday, so it was nice but then after on Saturday, that's when we did the 4x8. But it's really cool. It's fun when it's all different types because you're bringing it in, I'm bringing it in a little bit slower, and you hand it off to the 400 leg who pops off a sub 60, 400, and then pops off a fast 800. Like it's just a really fun, fast race.
Did you know, like, when you set the pace, were you like, okay, this could be special? Like, after you handed the baton off, did you know?
No, I didn't. We were going for more of a win than anything. That's when we got the wheel. So we were going for the win. And I think it's special when you go for a win rather than time, because times will come.
When you look at that board, there's some BYU track records that have been there for a long time, right? And so what's that like now that your name's going to be there for 2 all-time records, and who knows how long it'll be before somebody breaks those 2 records?
It's really special. You all got a lot of history and a lot of really amazing athletes that have come through BYU. So,
okay, so I'm always fascinated by all of the things that athletes accomplish outside of actual competition. Frankly, Lauren, you're making me feel like I'm not doing much with my life.
She's a Renaissance woman.
Okay, seriously, listen to this. So you play the violin at a high level, the piano, high level. You run track, break records. Oh, and you're in the nursing school with your sister, and you have a second major in exercise wellness. Lauren, do you sleep? Do you enjoy life anywhere? Do you do anything else?
What do you do for fun?
I do a lot of things for fun. The second major was added on because I wanted to run, and I wanted to continue to run. So got into the nursing program, and it was like a little special thing. And do I sleep? What do I do for fun? I cook. I hang out with my husband.
You have time for your husband.
I do have time.
Okay.
Not as
Lauren, I shouldn't have phrased it that way anyhow, because when somehow that question implies that playing the violin and playing the piano and running track aren't fun. So they are fun.
They are fun. That's why.
So you have fun doing those things. So I should have just said, what else do you do other than these crazy things that take a lot of time?
What else can you add to the list to make us impressed?
Yes, that's pretty cool. And your younger sister, who you run track with, is also in the nursing program.
Yes, she is. I think she's one of the reasons why it makes it doable is because we both pick up our slack. So if I need help with something, she helps me out, and vice versa.
No, we need to give her the proper shout out. And correct me if I'm saying her name wrong. Is it Elena? Or
Elena.
Elena. Okay.
Elena Ellsworth.
With an E.
Yeah, Alena. Yeah.
Okay. Elena. At some point, I'm guessing we're going to have your sister on this program too, because she's breaking records as well.
I mean, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a superstar.
Number 8 in the country. Does that matter right now to you, to be a top 10 team, or are you worried about other things?
I'm worried about other things. I think as a team, like, it's a huge accomplishment to be number 8 in the country, but I think every single one of us, the sprint group, the distance group, the throwing group. You guys had Ashton on here.
Yeah.
I think we're all just putting our head down and going to work, and I think that's when amazing things happen.
Okay, during the break, because you are at a clearly elite level, we need your signature on that Sailor Crew flag just behind us. We'll have you step down during the break and give us your signature if you don't mind.
Okay.
And I know you're looking at my blue fingernails.
I was going to say, Spencer, who does your nails?
It's Taylor Williams of BYU softball. First time ever. It was an experience, for sure.
Yeah.
But, hey, the Nike sign on the sweatshirt look pretty good, right?
That's pretty freaking good.
This, I think, right here is next level.
This would look pretty
really
sweet as you're breaking records on a track.
I know. I can
put you in contact with Taylor. And we're going to give you some BYU Sports Nation karma. What's your next event?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you're going to win it because you were on the show.
Yep.
So the karma's going to come around.
Whatever you have coming up, you will win.
Lauren, great to talk to you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.